Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Minton, and today I have the birthday book haul. My friends and family were beyond good to me this year. They all knew I was trying to catch up on reading, so they just hit me up with so many books, so many gift cards, which I used for books. And it's unbelievable. I have 29 books, guys. I'm an older person. I'm going to try not to pull a hammy getting through this. So we're going to try and go through pretty quickly, fast and furious, so we can get it all done and not keep you glued to the YouTubes all day. First off, I did pick up some comics. I got the first of the new run of Daredevil. I've always loved Daredevil. One of my first and most favorite Marvel characters that I followed, and they're starting a new run of his, so I thought I'll grab 6 issues, give it a read, and see what I think. And also, J. Michael Straczynski's The Madness by AWA Comics. We're getting this when we get the 6 issues all together. We'll read that and get a review for you of that going on. Brian Wilson was nice enough to send me a copy of his new book. I am going to get this read as soon as I possibly can. I'm pretty stacked up, but he was just a nice enough guy to send this and want an actual review, and I'm going to absolutely give him one as soon as I can get to that. This I grabbed. The Dark Tower would absolutely make my best of list as soon as I do that fantasy list, which I am going to do in December. And I realized I had never read this. I have read the other books, but for some reason I had not grabbed this yet, had not read it. So I am going to go back to Roland and his quartet and catch up with this final novella. This was on sale. This is the only book that I did not have from my Cosmere catch-up. And it was a hardcover. I think it was so low I couldn't say no, so I just grabbed it. And now I'm completely stacked up with everything from Sanderson's Cosmere that I want to catch up on. It's all there in order, stacked on my TBR. So this was a great addition. Coming up, I've been working towards Jonathan Marbury's Kagan the Damned series, so I grabbed book 2. I know he has announced the 3rd book of the trilogy is coming out next year, so as soon as I can start Kagan, as soon as I finish the zombie apocalypse fall that leads to this, I will be starting this. So this is book 2 of the Kagan series that I grabbed, and I absolutely loved what you guys voted for my birthday read. So I went ahead and grabbed book 2. I will be doing this right after spooky season in November. And I got my Kickstarter. I did an opening of this. This is an absolutely gorgeous book. And I fully expect from everything I've heard that I'm going to love this book so much that I just went ahead and ordered her next book, because I'm going to have to read that probably soon after I get to Sword of Kaigan. And Seth Ring was nice enough to send me his book. I'm going to try and get this read this month because it looks like it's perfect for spooky season. I don't know. I've never read any lit RPG. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but I can't wait to get into this. Dreamer's Throne by Seth Ring. He was such a nice gentleman to send this to me. I'm starting a buddy read next month in November of Mike Shackle's series. The first one is We Are the Dead. I had the first one, but since I'm doing a buddy read and I'm going to stack these one month after another to get through the trilogy, I just went ahead and ordered the next 2. So I am all ready and primed for that buddy read. I think Andrew at Andrew's Wizardly is on there with me, and some other folks. I have heard this is amazing. Josiah Bancroft, someone said you should absolutely give it a try with your taste, and I'm always up to try a new author. And birthdays are such a perfect time to grab some new authors that I've never tried, because I've got those gift cards coming in. So I'm going to start this trilogy sooner rather than later and see what I think. I sold some books on Pango. And so I was able to grab this with my Pango bucks, the first book of this series, The Drowning Empire. I've been wanting to give this a try for a while. I think this came in second for my birthday read vote. Maybe? I'm not sure, but I went ahead and grabbed it because it was a deal I couldn't say no to. Talking about new authors, Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is somebody I've been wanting to try for a while, and I went ahead and grabbed this because the second book to this, what became a duology, I thought it was a one-off, and then the second book is coming out, I believe, next year in March, if I'm not incorrect. So I wanted to give this the City of Last Chances, and I've never read any Tchaikovsky. I am so excited to get into him. I hear such amazing things, and always looking for new writers. And a new writer again. This was on that list where people voted for my birthday read. It did not win, but I absolutely want to get into this trilogy. Cixin Liu's The Three-Body Problem, so I went ahead and picked that up. I got a gift card from my local independent bookstore here. They had 2 signed copies. Riley Sager I've never read, but I hear fun things. Grady Hendrix is the epitome of fun, guys. If you have not ever read any Grady Hendrix, you will laugh out loud and still get the shivers. It's amazing. And both of these were signed copies at my little indie bookstore, so I grabbed both of those with my gift card. I got the next book in Discworld. That's always, and they're, you kind of a nice palate cleanser book. It's after you read that massive fantasy book. If you just want something a little light, makes you think a little bit, makes you laugh out loud. So I got the second one of those. And in November, I am starting. And I've already held this up because I got the mass market paperback. But as soon as the trades were available again, I put that mass market paperback up on Pango, and I got me a little bit of a nicer copy for the shelf. And I cannot wait to get into the Sun Eater Saga in November. This might be the very first book I read in November because I have been chomping at the bit for that. Talking about new authors. I am out of excuses, guys. For my birthday, Gardens of the Moon, Steven Erikson. I'm going to give Malazan a try. I don't know if it'll completely be above my comprehension level. I don't know if it'll just put my brain in the spin cycle. I don't know what to expect, but I do expect to have some amazing prose, adult themes. Everyone says it's one of their favorites, and then everyone says it's not easy to read. So I don't know what I'm getting into, but I am going to get into it. And I got another buddy read coming up starting in January, and it's with Josh at Red Fury Books and a host of other folks. And we're going to go one after the other for 3 months of Brian Lee Durfee's trilogy. So I went ahead and got the whole trilogy in. So I am primed. I'm ready for that. Brian, he cracks me up on his channel. I cannot wait to read his stuff. So I was just planning ahead a little bit there. And the Mucho Mojo Storyteller, His Own Self, I have not read. This is the latest Hap and Leonard. If you have not got into the Hap and Leonard series, this is laugh out loud funny, great crime fiction, great mystery stuff with some of the most quirky characters that you will ever run into. And I will and it's like another one of those palate cleansers. You can slide in between some of those big, thick whompers. So I grabbed the newest Hap and Leonard. And new author, haven't tried, Mark Lawrence. I got to get into him. Went ahead and grabbed this. Book of the Ancestors is where I want to start with him. So I went ahead and grabbed Red Sister. Mark Lawrence is another author I definitely got to do. I grabbed Holly this week. I just finished this last night. I'll have a full review up next week or very soon. I really like this book for all the reasons I will get into on the full review. He was really swinging for the fences here, I feel, as an artist on a lot of different levels, and I'm going to talk about all those levels. And, Jacqueline Hagan was the sweetest human. To see my review of her first book and to understand that I've got so many questions and can't wait to go forward. And she sent me book 3 after already sending me books 1 and 2. And it is going to be absolutely sooner rather than later that I pick up books 2 and 3, because this series has absolutely haunted me. I cannot let go of it. I keep returning back to it in my wool gathering times. And if you haven't picked this up yet, she is a SPIFBO finalist, not semi-finalist. She has made the next leap to finalist. I'm telling you guys, get in early, because I would not be shocked if the Riverfall Chronicles book 1, the Wickwire Watch, wins the whole thing. It would not surprise me whatsoever. New artist time, new author time. Again, Nicholas Eames. I haven't read any of the band stuff. It sounds like it's so fun. It sounds like it harkens back to my heyday of the 70s, 80s, because, I'm years old. So I can't wait to do Kings of the Wild. I expect to just be grinning from ear to ear while I go through that. I have never read Brent Weeks, and I kind of dig these new covers. And they were all laid out on a table, and I have a problem. I couldn't say no. I had to grab the first book. I mean, I just really thought that was it just spoke to me. I didn't have it on my list. I didn't have it planned, but it just looked cool. I had to have it, and I've never tried Brent Weeks. I want to give him a shot. Oh, somebody I have tried. One of my favorites, Mr. F. Paul Wilson. I just had one of you hit me up on, I can't remember the name, I'm horrible, hit me up on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, about The Keep. He had just got into F. Paul Wilson's Secret History. This is one of the final, this is a duology. This is book one of a duology, one of the final books he's done since he lost his beloved wife, and I think he suffered a stroke. I don't know how many more books he'll be doing, but I had to grab this. If it's F. Paul Wilson, it will be a thrill ride, and I will read it. So, all right, I got to wet my whistle after all that. That was a lot. To everyone that hit me up on my birthday, wished me a happy birthday, threw gift cards at me, threw books at me, my most sincere thank you. My most sincere thank you to all of you for checking in on me here at Talking Story one more time. I will be back at the end of this week with a full review of T.A. Bruno's Down Below Beyond. So check me out for that. And then next week, who knows, I'll plan something cool for us. Thank you so much for joining me. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Keep on coming back. I have so much fun with all the comments and talking back and forth for all of you. So many of these new authors I learned about from you guys talking back and forth in the comment section. And it has been such a great deal for me to have a peer group and to have a community that I can talk books with and expand my horizons and try new writers. And this just shows how much it means to me, because I was thrilled to get all these opportunities to try your suggestions to me. So keep them coming. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is John Minton, and this has been Talking Story.